Great God Day to you, and I want to welcome you to From Passion, Purpose, and Pain to Pages. This is a special edition of the my program, which is about either writing and or publishing your book. And I want to say, atta boy, atta girl, for everyone who's on here, despite what's going on. You're using your time to become better instead of bitter. You're using your time to invest in yourself. And so what better time than it is than now? Now, and it's an acronym as well. And this is a special edition of my Passion, Purpose, and Pain to Pages program, how you write and publish your book with very little money, very little time. There's a system to it. I want to share that with you because I believe everyone has at least one book in them. Some of us have many, but everyone has at least one book inside of them. And I heard somebody recently say that it's so many more unwritten books than there are written books. There are a lot of books in the world, a lot of private home libraries. There are a lot of university and college libraries. There's a library or a media center in every school. There are public libraries, several in each city, but there are more books unwritten than there are written. And also, you probably have heard before that when most people are near dying or they're on their deathbed, whether they're elderly or they're just sickly, most people's regrets are not what they did, but what they didn't do. And so I believe everyone has a book in them. I know a lot of people do because a lot of people ask me when I go and speak about my books or when I'm selling my books or when they see my books, they say that they would like to start a book or they've started a book, but they can't seem to get past certain hang-ups or they don't know how to publish it or they've been taken advantage of by publishers. And guess what? I was once in all of those seats. And now that I know better, I'm all about empowering your mind and elevating your life, elevating you past those hang-ups so that you can get a book because it's much easier than you think. Let me say it that way, and much less expensive than what you think to write a book. And there's so many benefits to it. There's so many reasons you need to write a book. So welcome to the special edition of Pages. It's called Now. There's no opportunity wasted. This is a very challenging time for many people that we're being quarantined. We're in the midst of the corona virus pandemic. A lot of people are pulling out their hair because they're at home. They're not used to being locked indoors and not being able to go out to social events. But I say use this time to become better, not bitter. Use this time to create something, to be a producer rather than just a consumer, because wealthy people, whether you're wealthy on the inside or you're wealthy on the outside, wealthy people are producers more so than consumers. So I want to welcome you to this. And I want to say you've already been through too much to be average. And I also want to say how I usually close out every video, that you can learn your way out of every situation and on to any destination. So it may be different reasons that you want to write a book, but I know some reasons that you need to write a book, and we'll get into that more. But I definitely want to welcome you here, and I ask you please right now to share this video on your page, share it to some people, invite some people that you know, because I don't care who you are. Everybody has at least one book in them. Now, there's those of us who are writers or educators, and we have several books, and we churn them out every few months or whatever. But I want to say that everyone has a reason to share something. Everyone has been given a gift to give to the world, and I believe that. And I know now that I know how easy and how inexpensive it is to write and publish books and have them on the international marketplace. I would like to share that with other people. And so here are a few of my titles. These are my my first five books. And like I said, the first two books, that's the two at the bottom. The first two books are, the Closed Legs, Open Heart, and then When the Choice is My Own, which is a Christian fiction novel. Those are my first two books. And those are books I went through. The first three books I went through with publishing companies. That's from going clockwise from When the Choice is My Own. When the Choice is My Own, Closed Legs, Open Heart, and Where is Her Mama. These are all books I use publishers, and I use 3 different publishers because I found out different things that was disheartening about each one of my publishers. And I realized, and as the more I published, the more and more free that I got, until I got to the point, my last 2 books where I self-published, and I learned a system to how to teach other people how to self-publish and how easy and inexpensive it is and how much more beneficial it is for you rather than your publishers and your the marketers and the people who sell your book. When you self-publish, it's more so about you. And so, or it's about your reader first, and then it's about you, because you get to maintain more of the ownership, or you maintain all of the ownership, and you reap more of the benefits to somebody else. But as a novice, when I published my first 3 books, I knew nothing about that. I didn't know very much about it. Well, my first book, I definitely didn't know a lot about it. And then I started to learn more and more. And like I said, each time I went with a different publishing company for my first 3 books, because I thought I would get better each time. I mean, get a better person representing me, but that didn't happen. And what it did was open the door and open my eyes. God allowed me to see that I could do it for myself. So by the time I wrote and published my 4th book, I actually learned how to write a book very quickly, and learn how to write a best-selling book rather than just writing a book, how to get people to pick it up, and how to get people to want to read it, and how to get people to want to share it. And I also learned how to self-publish. So my last 2 books have been, I didn't spend a whole lot of time writing them. I learned, I know a format which gets people hooked into it. I got more response from them. And then I also learned how to self-publish and how to help other people self-publish. So if you stay with me, stick with me to the end of this broadcast, and I'm going to give you a very good treat. But I also want to make sure that you bring other people, because this is for everybody. There's a book in everybody, at least one. Okay. And so these are some books that I help other people to publish. These are my clients that I help them to publish. I actually acted as a consultant on some of them, and some of them as an actual publisher. These are people who have started very good speaking careers and just done some great things with their book, just reached some new levels, different levels of admiration, respect that people have for you just because you have something in publication. So those are a few of the titles that I helped people to publish and write. And these are some of the opportunities that, of course, I've been afforded. Just a few. Some of you all know that I'm a success and achievement trainer. I'm an educator, so I do my own seminars. I actually go and do keynotes and trainings for people who book me. But these are some more specific opportunities that I have. Right here in the upper hand, right-hand corner, I was still a school teacher then, and the newspaper came to interview me about my 4th book. And up here in the top left-hand corner, that's actually a book signing. The name of that book is Where is Her Mama? Practical Advice and Wise Counsel for Our Daughters. And so that was an event I invited a lot of women to, especially young ladies. And that's the book signing that I was doing. And then the lower left-hand corner is I'm speaking at a middle school where I was invited. And then, of course, there's the bottom right-hand corner is my speaking at a conference of adults. And just wonderful opportunities that you get. You're going to be on different stages. The doors will open for you. There are some doors that you actually can open for yourself when you have a book, because you get a level of respect and a level of authority when you write a book. There are people who respect you just because you have a book. There are some stores and some stages and some doors you'll be able to get into and onto because you have a book. So everybody needs a book. But I want to say that now is a great time to do it, and it's not as hard as you think. Even if you're not a writer and you are the worst person at English and you're the worst person at putting thoughts together, I have a system to teach you how to do it. And so I want to enlist you all and ask you all to share this video right now. Like this video and share this video to get more people, involved, because it's as many people as breathe. Those are how many books that actually we should have in the world. And as I said, I heard recently, it makes a lot of sense. There are way more unwritten books there than there are written books, and we have a lot of books in the world, you all. And so here's some tonight's live broadcast is just me answering some frequently asked questions about writing and publishing a book. Okay, because some people say I've written a book, but then they don't know how to get it out there. They're afraid. They think it's going to cost too much money. And I'll say that I spent a few $1,000s on my first couple of books, and then I learned that it doesn't really take that much to actually. And then I got some promises that were not fulfilled about marketing and about getting books on shelves in the stores and that kind of stuff. And I learned later on the tricks of the trade. A lot of that stuff is not necessary. A lot of the stuff they promised and they didn't fulfill. A lot of that stuff I could have done for myself and saved a whole lot of money, a whole lot of stress and disappointment in other people. And so just some frequently asked questions. I want to shoot through them tonight and then allow you the opportunity to jump on board and say, I want to write a book. This is some time we're going to have, some downtime. I'm at home. I want to do something productive. I've always wanted to write a book, or not necessarily always wanted to write a book, but I need to write a book. There is something inside of me. And of course, my slide pages, my program, it says it's from purpose, pain, and passion to pages. How do you get from either a purpose that you're here to fulfill and you want to share that purpose, or a pain, something you went through and you want to kind of share, help other people get through it, or a passion, something you really love to do, you like to do. It may be a hobby, it may be a skill, a skill set that you have that you want to share with other people. But a book, my acronym for book is blessing others by offering your knowledge, and that gets you in the door of a lot of people. I quote this famous book all the time. My favorite book is the best-selling book of all time. So it's a lot of other people's favorite book. It says that your gift, a man's gift, will make room for him and bring him before great men. That gift may be in the form of you sharing something in a book, an experience you went through, or some education you have, or some type of enlightenment. So those 3 E's, or it can be the 3 P's, your purpose, your pain, or your passion. All of those are reasons to write a book. And that's why I know that every person that's on here tonight and every person that's not on here tonight has at least one book inside of them. So I want to invite you to learn how to do it and get past the fear. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. And on the other side of fear, a lot of times you find out, you look back and say, it wasn't that hard after all. I really shouldn't have been that afraid. And that's what I wasn't necessarily fearful, because I've always been pretty ambitious. And I know that I have the gift of writing and teaching. So it just took me a while to get to a point where I could do it easily and cost effectively and without the stress and without a lot of people taking advantage of me. And when I learned that, I want to teach you through my experience. Yes, experience is the best teacher, but you don't always have to go through your own experience. You can learn from other people's experience. That's one of the reasons I love books, because you can learn by reading a book or watching a video or getting in a seminar. You can learn in a few hours or a few days, few months, however long it takes you. You can learn what it took some people a lifetime, decades, years to learn, but they put it in a book or they put it in a program. And that's the equivalent to that when that famous book says that God says he'll give his people houses that they did not build, things we didn't necessarily work for. I went through the stress and the strain. I went through the economic burdens and the overtaxing and, people telling me lies. I went through all that so you wouldn't have to go through it. So I want to share how easy it is and how necessary it is for you to write a book, how to bless others by offering your knowledge. That's my acronym for book. And so we're going to go through some frequently asked questions. So the frequently asked questions, this model probably from English. What, who, what, when, where, why, and how. I'm going to go through those, and then you should have a great idea as to why you need to write your book starting tonight. Okay. Who and what. Everyone has a book in them. Once again, my acronym for book is blessing others by offering your knowledge. Everybody has some kind of skill set. And like I said, I can go through what I name my Pages program. Okay, my Pages program is usually when I sit down with people and mentor them one-on-one. That's not happening right now, not just because of the quarantine, but I stopped doing that because it takes too long of a time. So now I do it virtually, and now is an opportune time to do it virtually because people have a lot of time on their hands, and you can get in a classroom on your computer and learn this easily. And so everyone has the ability to bless others by offering knowledge. What I mean, Pages, my original Pages program says that you can go from passion, pain, or purpose to Pages. Passion, something that you really love to do, a gift that you have, a skill set that you have. It could be a hobby, it could be a gift, it could be a talent, something that you do better than others or that you really like to do, and you want to share it with others. There are other people interested in it because you've had people give you, pose questions to you or put stuff on your Facebook page, your Instagram, or whatever. You can easily strike up conversations about this because you love to do it. If you find it easy to do, other people find it difficult to do, or other people are fearful about tapping into it or getting into it, but you've been doing it for years or decades or whatever. That's a passion that you have. What about pain? Some people have gone through things. And I know early in my life when I discovered my gift as writing, it was a catharsis, a therapy that I released things through it. So you can go from pain to Pages. Okay. You can go from pain and you can create Pages and create a book by, writing about your pain, not only just to let it be therapy for you, but to help other people. How many of you know that most things we go through are not just for us? They're for other people who are watching us, other people we will come across in our lifetimes, other people who we share the same space and opportunity or the same time and space with in history. And so you could go from pain to Pages. And the last one is purpose. You have a particular purpose while you're here on earth. It may be a particular message. It may be a particular experience you've gone through. It may be something that, whatever your gift is, you want to share it with others. It might not be a painful story or painful experience, but it's just your purpose. It's why, you are here, is what you want to share with the world. So you can go from pain, passion, or purpose to Pages. All right. That's what the name, that's how the theme, my program page just started years ago when I started. And just recently I posted something up that the 3 E's is just like the 3 P's. You might have some enlightenment, some revelation, just like the writers in the Bible, some revelation that people actually that need, that came out of your life, came out of your experiences, and you want to share it. So that can be enlightenment, okay? Or what about an experience, some kind of experience that you have? You can save people time, energy, and money, just like I'm doing through this program. Issues I went through with publishers, I don't want anybody to ever go through those issues, whether it be them skimming money from me, or whether it be them telling me lies, or making things more difficult than they had to be, when it's easy that you can do it for yourself and you can own your own stuff. So it may be, there actually may be an experience. And then the third E is education. You just know something. You may have a formal education, either from a university or something. You want to break it down in a more accessible means, because everybody can't go to college, or everybody doesn't go to college, but you have something. Like the guys who I learned stock trading from and business management from, the program that I bought, it costs between 5 and 10 grand, but really everybody in that program all over the world said that some people had actually been in business, gone to business schools and graduated, have MBAs, and they did not get this hands-on knowledge that we got for a few $1,000s, really pennies on the dollars for what it has actually earned us and taught us. And so you may have some level of education that you want to share with people, and that's how you want to. What it is, it's a gateway. You see at the bottom of this slide, it's a gateway. But when you bless others by offering your knowledge, okay, it's a gateway. It opens doors for you. It's your gift, making room for you and bringing you before great men. If somebody wants to know your story, whether, like I said, it's an experience you had, some particular education you have, or some form of enlightenment, okay? So everybody has a need, and some people have a desire to go from passion to pages, from pain to pages, from purpose to pages. And that's why I have the Pages program. And it's even more accessible now because we're doing everything virtually now. A lot more people are more comfortable with doing it now, because you may be doing trainings for your job, or you may be a teacher or something. And so, though I've been doing this for a while, more people can get on now because they're more formal, they're more comfortable with the GoToMeeting or the Zoom app. And so now is an opportune time. I want you to do it. And listen, this is another quote as to who, okay, and what a book is. All right. Use this quote: in poor households, you find a TV in every room and a lot of TV watching consistently. All right. In a rich household, you find a library. Rich means you have money and probably enough for this generation. You have a lot of money. But in wealthy households, you find books that the people in the household have authored. Okay, so in poor households, there's no library. There's a TV in every room and a lot of TV watching. In rich households, you have a library. People read consistently. Readers are leaders. Okay, readers are leaders, but I added to that recently. But writers are world changers. When you read, you're going to lead. But when you're a writer, you're going to change the world. Because in wealthy households, you have libraries, okay? But in those libraries, you have books of the people who live in the household who they've actually written, because, or that they've actually written, because wealthy people, we have a producer's mindset. We have to produce. We know that money is a seed, not a harvest. So we put things out there for people to consume so that they can grow and be better. We're not just consumers. A poverty mindset says we're just going to consume. We just want to use our money for consumption, to have fun, to, live a good life. But wealthy mindset say we want to use our money to produce, to make something that's going to last, that's going to make more of something else. We want to make more wealthy people. We want to make more successful people. So writing a book is a way that you are setting yourself up for wealth. You're going to leave legacy. You're going to show your children, your peers, your sisters and brothers, the people around you, that you are a producer, and that the way of wealth is to produce something, not just that's going to make money, but that's going to leave a legacy. That's going to show your children that we don't just read books and consume them, we produce them. And so you want to be in that. It's good to be rich. Okay, rich just means a lot of money, and a lot of times rich means just one generation's wealth. But when you have, of money, when you are wealthy, it's for generations to come. You actually can produce things that will produce. You produce that will produce. Okay, and so that's one reason you definitely want to know why you need to write a book, so that you can have that producer's mentality. You can leave a legacy. You can actually create something that's going to create more people like you. All right. And then another frequently asked question: why should I write a book? Once again, I just told you about, you need to be the producer. You need to be the wealthy person. The wealthy person, going back to that slide, it's great to read books, because that's better than when just watching TV all the time. But it's better when you write books. That's the level up. Okay, that's actually allergic to the average. A lot of times I talk about being better than average. The average person is watching a lot of TV. Then you may have the better than average person that's reading books. Okay, but then you have that allergic to the average person. It just means I can't be anywhere near average. I'm way above average, and so I'm writing books. I'm actually producing things that people can take into themselves and be made better. All right. Now is the time. So why? Now the time is now. And that's kind of like when, that's answering the when question as well. Now is the time. People say I use a lot of acronyms, right? All right. So B.O.O.K, I want you to bless others by offering your knowledge. You have knowledge either from experience, some experience you had or experiences, some enlightenment. Okay. Just like Paul, when he, had been to the third heavens, and, a lot of the writers that wrote the Bible. Okay. A lot of the people that have, Declaration of Independence, lasting documents, the Diary of Anne Frank's, situation similar to this, a terrible time that she was going through, but it's a best-selling book even to this day. All right. You may have some type of education you want to share, but these are reasons that you need to bless others by offering your knowledge. And now is the time. Now, it's another acronym. No opportunity wasted. This is a grand opportunity. People are wondering what to do with their time. People are fidgeting. People are getting, angry and bitter because they're thinking about what's going on rather than thinking about, how you can make the situation better. I've said it before. I said it on another program. We cannot always control. Most of the time, we cannot control what happens to us, but we definitely can control what happens in us. We cannot control what we come to in life, but we can control how we come through it and come out of it. And guess what? You will be a champion if you come out of a horrible situation, especially one you cannot control, with a jewel like a book, when you can bless others by offering your knowledge, when you can help them save themselves some time, energy, and money because you're showing them what you learned through your battles and bumps and bruises, and they don't have to do it because you have that insider scoop. All right, TLC. All right, you need to write a book. Why? Because of therapy, legacy, and charity. Therapy, it's very cathartic. It's very therapeutic to write a lot of times, to get things out, okay? Legacy, you want to leave something, not just for your children and your generations, but leave something that other people can build on and can consume and be made better, right? Everyone who follows me on here, whether you're new or whatever, through any of my social media stuff, any of the books I've written, any of the programs I teach and offer, I say a lot of times that I share my life mission, my personal mission statement with you. It's empowering minds and elevating lives. Okay, so not do I just want to leave a legacy for my children and my children's children, but anybody on this earth, people who do not know me. I want years and years and decades after I leave for somebody to be able to pick up my book, to be able to access my program. And because of how things are now, the internet and the information age, that's not at all hard, but I have to produce it. And then charity, you want to give back something. You want to give. You've been blessed to get through some things. You've been blessed to know some things that other people don't know, whether you paid for it, however you paid for it. Like some of the mistakes that I made and some of the tuition that I paid, to be in certain circles and be around certain people in mentorships and seminars and go, have formal education through universities and all types of stuff. But I can give back and put good energy in the universe by producing programs and books and that kind of thing. All right. So my pages theme, once again, that's just saying you can go from your passion, 2 pages, which is a book, from your purpose, 2 pages, or from your passion, purpose, and pain, and you can turn it all into pages, turn it into a book. And guess what? Every money. This is a concept that I just recently released. It's by way of a t-shirt. Okay. And I also taught it in my stock trading class. Everyone needs every money. What does that mean? I heard somebody say once, you will be all right. You're headed for wealth. You're going to perpetuate wealth and pass down wealth if you have money that comes in every hour, every day, every week, every month, and every year. Most people just have either every week or every month flow of income, and that's just from the job that they work. But then you have people who have real estate. You have people who sell products online, have online stores. You have people who have vending machines. You have people who own real estate. If I hadn't said that before, you have people who own businesses, and they have money that literally comes in every hour. They have money that literally comes in every day. They can go and pick up money every day. I know some friends who own some convenience stores and gas stations, and I've seen them going, to pick up money every day. You have, people with the wealth mindset who will create generational wealth and legacy financially know about every money. And there's a t-shirt I have that says, I need every money. That's a mindset we should have. There were 4 rivers that flowed out of Eden, the Garden of Eden at the beginning of time. 4 sources of life, 4 sources of, I see them as income streams. And so everybody needs some every money. When you have a book and it's online, and it's not that hard to get it online at Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. And, I don't even know if BarnesandNobles.com still exists, but all the online retailers, people can Google your book and your name, and immediately it'll come up. That's every money. You can make money while you sleep. People can go in all over the world and purchase your book. You don't have to do anything once you put it up there for sale. And so everybody needs some every money. That's another stream of income. When you get royalties, and you also, not just royalties, you produce this book one time, and then you can carry copies around with you when you go speak. You can go, anytime you're offered to come somewhere, you go somewhere, even if you go for free and speak, you can turn it into a paid a paid event by selling your books, or actually negotiating for whoever invited you there to get books for their participants or whatever. So a book is a great tool to have every money. All right. Now, from passion, purpose, and pain to pages. That's the name of my program that I started years ago, doing a one-on-one mentorship with people. I would sit down, help them learn how to write a book, and then later I was able to offer them a publishing package to get it actually published, where they're the self-publisher, and they own all the rights. They get all the money, and they pay very little money to make that happen. And so that's what I do. So pages will do this for you. It will actually help you, empower you with the system. What's a system? Saving yourself some time, energy, and money. Yes, somebody told me I use a lot of acronyms. Yes, because I came from being a classroom teacher. I am an educator by trade. I'm an educator by profession and calling and gifting and talent. And so good educators know that mnemonic devices, different little, tools that help you remember stuff is a great way to learn, because we have a lot going on in this mind. If we can find a way to make it easier to keep the file, use those tools. So a system is save yourself some time, energy, and money. I did not come up with this particular acronym. I learned it in some self-development courses I was taking, and I love it. And so a system, saving yourself some time, energy, and money. When you find a system that works, you get it from somebody. If they're willing to share, or whether, you have to pay for it, whatever. If it's going to save you time, energy, and money consistently, okay, usually it's a great deal. And so I actually know how to have people write books and publish them in 6 weeks to 3 months. It depends on, I used to do 6 weeks to 6 months, but 6 months is way too long. You can write several books in 6 months, at least 2. All right. And so, and I'm talking about just the normal person who does not write. In 6 months, I could probably crank out a book a month because I know the system now. I also am a writer, okay, and an educator. So it's something I like to do, and it's not as hard for me, but I also know the system. That's one of the main things. It's not just because I like to write and I have a gift to write. There is a system, okay? If you don't know the publishing industry, if you don't know, the marketing industry, you will get tied up, you will get boggled down, you will get taken advantage of. You will spend money, energy, and time and still not be satisfied, because people will take advantage of you. But I know how to get the book written, even if you have nothing right now but an idea, from 6 weeks to 3 months, okay? Get it written and published in that same time if you're committed and you want to make it happen. All right, and this is an official. This is not just some kind of little book that you put together and it's something local. No, it's an ISBN, meaning it will be internationally known. You can purchase it internationally. It will be on, you will have a U.S. copyright at the Library of Congress, okay? And it'll be available. I can put your name in and the book title. It'll come up on Amazon. It'll come up in the search engine. All that stuff is real, it's legit, and it doesn't take a lot of money or time to make that happen. You just got to know the system, and I know the system, and I'm sharing it with you now. And then you will be able to, I'll show you how to provide a built-in marketing plan, okay? Marketing plan, marketing should be built in. What I mean by that is all throughout your book, you should be telling people, referring people to any other things you sell, your website, just talking about the book. You should learn how to build that into what you're doing, so that by the end of the book, people are ready to make contact with you. People want you to come speak because you've actually put it in the book so many times that it's kind of burned into their subconscious. That's a tool that I learned, okay, from a program that I was in, as well as from continual self-development and professional development programs. I'm taking a little drink of water right now, so it's a pause. All right, expert support. I want to give you, expert support. on bi-weekly calls, and I'll do this for the 3 months that it takes you to get the book done. Okay, I used to do from 6 weeks to 6 months, like I said, but that's giving people too much time. And some of you may have heard of Parkinson's law. What that means is however much time you give people, they will stretch the task out to that long. So you tell people in your office that we have a week to do this, they're gonna press it all the way up into a week. It's going to be the day of, the day before they turn it in. But if that same project you had told them that they had 3 days to do it, they would have done it in 3 days. So I realized that really I'm a person about being a good steward, getting the best return on my investment for my time, energy, and money. That's what allergic to the average and better than average people do. So I want you to get in the mindset of doing that. But so I decided that 6 months is way too long. You can drag it out. People drag their feet and just don't make the best use of their time. And you could be doing so much more. You actually could get 2 books done, okay, in 6 months. So from anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months, even if you just have the book idea, you can get a whole book written in 6 weeks to 3 months just by using this system that I learned. Okay. And then you can get it published same amount of times. And I mean all together. I don't mean 6 weeks and then another 6 weeks. You can get this done in from 6 weeks to 3 months. You can get the book written and published in the same 6 weeks and 3 months if you use the system. Okay. And so here's the difference. There's a difference between writing a book and selling a book. Okay. You can write a book and nobody will buy it. You can write a book, nobody's interested. One thing is this, one of the first mistakes that I made writing my first book, I thought that once I wrote the book, people would just come looking for me, and it would be in bookstores, and that's information that a lot of people get, that you're just going to blow up and be famous and you're going to make tons of money from a book. No, you actually have to know how to market the book, and you have to know how to market the book from the time that you write it, meaning there's a certain length that people will buy unless you're a celebrity. Celebrities can write thick encyclopedia or phone. Oh, if you remember what a phone book looks like. And celebrities can write books that thick. Okay, famous people, famous scholars, famous people who have a lot of good stuff to say. They have a record of being, just great thinkers, great thought leaders, or they're celebrities of some type. They play sports or they're musicians. Because people are just interested in their lives, they can write a book with a horrible title. It can be super thick, and people are still going to buy it just because of that celebrity. What do they call it? That celebrity status, or that celebrity fog that people get in a lot of times. Okay. But most of you on here don't have that. If it's celebrity on here, I'm so honored that you're on here, in my program or in this live session. But most people on here are not celebrities. You're everyday people. You're probably not average, but you're everyday people. You're not famous or well known, but you do have a story. You do have some kind of enlightenment or education or experience that you need to bless others by offering your knowledge on. That's hence the acronym BOOK. And so if you make it too long if you make it too short, people are not going to take it seriously. If you make it too long, people are not even going to consider it, because we live in a fast-paced world. People are overextended or have overextended themselves, overcommitted themselves. People don't like to necessarily read, but if you have something that is of interest to them and you know how to show it that there is of interest to them by the title that you write, there's an art to writing the title. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. My first couple of books, I just did it. They did well, but the second book was a novel, so you really didn't have to do that. And the cover art is engaging enough to get people, or alluring enough to get people to read that. But I learned the trick of the trade about my third book. All right. Well, my third book I did it, but it kind of just was subconscious, I guess, because of who I am as an educator and a thinker and that kind of stuff. But then later on, when I got in the program, they showed me the art too. I had already done it, but I didn't really know how to spell it out and give it a name. Now I can teach it to you because I know exactly why I did that now. And so it has to be the proper length. The title has to appeal to people in a certain way. Your cover art, okay, the format and setup. You got to, when you take a book just from a Microsoft program or, a Pages program and turn it to actually look like a book, you have to know how to do that. Not that hard, not that expensive, but you have to know the ins and outs of doing it. Okay, I told you about the internal marketing, putting yourself throughout the book where people come looking for you and people want to connect with you more. If you have other books, or if you have, programs, or if you just want to speak to them or whatever, you can put that throughout the book. And by the time they're done, they've seen it so many times that they actually have no choice, because they've kind of been programmed to do that. All right, the inside scoop. Like I said, publisher hangups. One of the biggest things you're going to spend money on when you write a book is editing, making sure that, it's proofread and it's grammatically correct and, the verbs and your subjects agree. When in reality, as somebody told me, I was a perfectionist. And because of what I do as an educator, I will spend more time, energy, and money on doing that. But for the average person who just wants to get a story out there, people who want to read your book because they saw the cover, they know the title, they relate to it because either they went through that problem or you're answering a question that they need answered, or you're feeling a need that they need filled, guess what? They're not going to care if you have an S where an S shouldn't be, or if, yes, you want to put forth your best product at all times, but it can get to be a little expensive. And I've spent thousands of dollars on an editor, and that person said, unless you spend even more than this, I cannot guarantee you that it will be without error. And so to do all that, to actually just have a super editor, because it's so time consuming now, and it's something that people can't do by a computer program. You actually have to look through it, okay? Because there's so many errors that can go wrong. You can put the word, C-S-E-E, and you should have put C-S-E-A, that kind of thing that a computer cannot catch. And so it is so tedious that people charge out the wahoo have to actually do editing, and then they won't even guarantee it. So you can pay people thousands of dollars, and you still find a mistake later, and it will irk you, and it will make you nervous, and you think people are going to laugh. But in reality, the people who want to look at your book and need the content out of it, they don't care a whole lot about errors. Now, I'm not saying be sloppy and you need to just have horrible spelling. You can get some basic editing done. And a lot of times you can get basic editing done for free. If you know some English teachers, and they just want to help you out, you can split it up and let them see it. Or people who just who are not you, because a lot of times you're going to see what you want to see, even though you spelled the word wrong, because you know what you wanted to read. I learned this trick. You'll read it 1,000 times, and every time you look over that error because you're programmed to want to see what you know you want to say, if that makes any sense. But you can get some some inexpensive editing done, okay, by letting friends or coworkers or people you trust look at it. If you know some English teachers or professors, or you can pay, a few $100s or a little bit of money to get it edited. And a lot of times you don't even have to pay that much, because like I said, you can proofread it, have one or two people. If you have a spouse or somebody to proofread it, you have kids in high school or college. After that, most of your mistakes are gone. If someone is picking and like I said, now if you're a professional and you publish journals and stuff because that's what you do for a living, then they hold you to a different standard. But if you want to just share your story about, your hobby of, fixing cars or painting cars or whatever, you want to tell people about your experience, how you overcame child abuse or whatever it is, the people who want to read it, they're going to read it, and they're not going to spend a lot of time, as my old pastor used to say, majoring on the minors. Okay. And so anybody who's going to pick and kind of bother you about errors and things like that, usually there's people who don't have a book themselves. Okay. Or people who shouldn't be reading your book anyway. Okay. And so the people who want you are going to come looking for you. They want your message. They want your content. Either it's your experience, your education, your enlightenment, something about your story, the cover art, the title, okay, your bio on the back, whatever it is, drew them to you, and they're willing to read the book. So like I said, you do enough editing where you don't, where you're not sloppy and have all kinds of crazy errors, but not so much editing that you spend thousands of dollars where you need like $5,000 for them to guarantee it. Especially you may have a small book. Your book shouldn't be super big anyway, and you don't want to spend that much money because you'll be disappointed. And most people don't have that much money, and that's a barrier that stops a lot of people. But when I learned better, I learned not only to do better, but to share with other people. You don't need a whole lot of editing. I don't do editing. I don't help people do editing because it's too tedious, and you do all that and still make an error, miss something, and people are disappointed. And so I stopped doing that in my mentorship program a long time ago, but I do know the inside scoop where you don't need that now. Also, you need to have a database of people who do formatting, people who can do editing if you want some editing done, people who can do cover art, people who can do all the stuff that you need, very inexpensive. There's a database of people out there who do it very inexpensively. When I say very inexpensively, I mean very inexpensively. Not cheap. I don't want to cheap, because I tell you a lot when I teach about wealth building and that kind of thing. There's a difference between inexpensive and cheap. Cheap means low quality, low price. Inexpensive means high quality, but you're getting it at a low price. There's a database of people who do this. They do it well, and they can do everything you need and put your book together for a few $100s at the most. Okay. My first publishing package I got, it wasn't a publishing deal. Okay. Celebrities get publishing deals. I had a publishing package. I think it cost me about $2,000. All right. And that was including probably about 5 books once they got done. And it was also, just, a whole lot of stuff that once the book sold, I got very small percentage of the royalties. It was a lot of things that really disappointed me and I was really deceived about. And I don't want people to take that, be taken like that. I have a database of people that I can introduce you to, I will introduce you to, that will help you get everything you need to do to take your book from a manuscript, which is a file on the computer or a bunch of papers that you typed up, and get it into a book in hand that you can touch and hold, that people can buy online. People can buy from you. Once again, a bookstore. People say, well, I don't think it's official if it's not in a bookstore. Once again, people with book deals, like celebrities or very famous or very famous people, they get book deals. Those are the people in the bookstore. It's very hard to get your book in the bookstore, but it's not really necessary and it's not really beneficial because the bookstore and the publisher will get more of the money than you do. Okay. And you're going to have to jump through a lot of red tape. I never got through the red tape, and I'm glad I didn't, because what I found out in the business of writing, you can write books, but you also need to know the business of writing books and the business of publishing books. In the business of writing, it's better for you to publish books and put them online, put them on your website as well as websites like Amazon, have them in your car, have them when you go speak to people, set up booths. You control the book, you keep more of the money, you keep all of the money basically, except for what it costs to print it. Okay. And people are not taking advantage of it. You can change what you want when you want it, and you have total control. That's the business of writing the book rather than just writing the book. Writing the book is wonderful. It's awesome. Okay, but when you get disappointed because you got deceived, it's discouraging, and you feel like you wasted all that time, energy, and money. Okay, because you didn't know the system. The system, which is the acronym, stands for saving yourself some time, energy, and money. But you got to know that database. You got to know the ins and outs of how publishers get you, how they haunt you, and make you think that everything's about to be so lovely for you. You're about to get all these book sales and be famous. When in reality, that's a different level of marketing, but really you can get the book published and actually make a good amount of profit off of it and open some doors for yourself to speak and do whatever it is you want to do by just publishing the book yourself. All right. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know how easy and how beneficial it is to self-publish. I just went over a lot of that on the last slide. Publishers want you to spend thousands of dollars. Okay, like I said, $800, $1,200, $5,000. They want you to buy these packages when in reality you can do all that stuff for yourself for a few $100s. Buy the books very inexpensive, sell them for what you want, and keep the profit. Very inexpensive. But if you don't know, you would think you're getting a great deal and you're about to be super famous and make a lot of money, when in reality you're not, because the publisher it's all about them. They're going to make the most money. They're going to kind of manipulate you and keep you in bondage to certain things, and you never would know it because, like I said, if you have a book, you send it to the Library of Congress to be copywritten. Usually they get your name there and publishers start sending you emails and calling you and that kind of thing. And they want that because they want to charge you several $100s, maybe even into the thousands, and then for what it takes a couple $100s to do, and they keep all the rest. And I don't want you to do that. It was painful to me. It was disappointing to me, and I want to share it with you so you don't have to. Okay. All right. So I'm actually offering a program, my Pages program. Like I said, I used to do it one-on-one with people. It takes too much time. And so I just stopped doing it. I recently just started back doing it for one client, but I don't really do it necessarily regularly anymore. Now it's done virtually. And so I teach you how to do it. There is one that I actually do everything for you. Not writing. I publish. I get everything, get your manuscript from you, and I return it to you in a book, and it's online and everything like that. That's a publishing consultant. Well, I'm the consultant. I do it for you. But I can teach you how to publish your own book so that you can do it again and again and again. You can even show people in your family as legacy. And that's something that a tool, okay, an asset that you can pass down to your family. So I'm going to be doing this and giving you the database and everything you need to publish your book very inexpensively. Okay, so the virtual training is going to be done via Zoom. Okay, just like people are doing go-to meetings now, webinar, that kind of thing. It's going to be a Zoom meeting. Okay, it's going to be broken into 2 sessions. So if you have not written your book, or you started, you have not finished, or you have an idea, you have something you want to write about, but you haven't been able to put it together as a full book yet, there will be one session on getting that book completed. Okay. a couple hour session, about 2 hour session on Zoom on how to do that. Okay. And then you can take notes, you can take pictures, do whatever you need to do so that you can use that information. The second part of the second session will be a totally different day, okay, or night. It will be on publishing. If you already have a manuscript, you have a book, and you want to get it published, okay, or if you took the first session, you know how to write the book now, and then you also want to publish it yourself, there will be another session on publishing. The first session on how to write the book will be Friday, April 10th. Friday, April 10th, 2020. Okay, Friday, April 10th, 2020. That's coming up this Friday. It will be at 8:30 p.m. Friday, April 10th at 8:30 p.m. From 8:30 to about 10:30, you'll be learning how to write your book in 6 weeks to 3 months. How to write a book, even if you have not started and written one thing. Okay, the second session on publishing, I didn't want to do them a week apart. They're going to be 2 weeks apart, so that I'm not saying you're going to finish your book in 2 weeks, but you at least will have the hang of what you should be doing. You'll have the process down. And then I'll do this publishing session. If you have a book that you want to publish, or you wrote your book and you want to publish it yourself, on April 24th, 2020, I will be doing, so that's 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from this Friday, I'll do the session on publishing. It's going to be the same time, 8:30 p.m., about 2 hours on how to do that. Okay. And then the investment. Yes, you have to put something in this, because I told you before, you know this, there's no transformation without transaction. If you don't put money in, you're not going to take it seriously. I'll be wasting my time. You'll be wasting your time. And so the investment for this program is for the mentorship. If you want me to help you write the book. And I mean, if you just have a name or a title now, you have an experience you want to share, or you know something you want to write about, I can get you from there to an actual written book in 6 weeks to 3 months for $397, only $397. And that's just writing the book. Some people have writer's block. Some people want to write, but they're afraid of writing. They're not good writers. But this system will help you with all those issues. $397. Okay. Then the publishing mentorship. Once you write the book, you want to publish it, or you already have a book written and you want to publish it, $197, only $197, guys. And then if you want me to do the publishing consultant program, that means you have a book and you just want me to do everything for you. You don't want to learn how to do it. You don't have the time. You don't have the patience. You just want me to take your manuscript and turn it into a book, like I did for those people that I showed you earlier in the program, and what I've done for my last 2 books, my last 3 books as well. Excuse me, I was just drinking a little water. If you just want me to do that for you, you've already written the book. Now, I'm not going to write it for you. Okay, but if you've written the book and you just need to put it together and have, get it formatted, get the title and stuff together, get the cover art and put it online and that kind of thing, I will do that for you for only $5.95. Okay, and guess what? All these are very, very, very inexpensive when you compare. When you go online and go and search, that's fine. Okay, you're going to see that most companies is going to be $600, $700, $800 at least. Okay, and then they want to do editing and all that kind of stuff. And so this is the investment just if you join the program. All right, if you join my program. Now, I know things are going on. People are saying they're not, really sure about what's going on with the economy, their job, and that kind of stuff. So now I have a now/stimulus promotion. What does now stand for? No opportunity wasted. I don't want you to waste this time of being at home alone, being at home and having extra time right now. I don't want you to be stressed about it, but you do need to put some financial investment. So the Writing Mentorship Program, I've taken it down. From $197, now it's $97. The publishing program used to be $397, or it's regularly priced $397. I'm gonna do it for $197 for you. If you just want me to publish your work that you've already done, or if you want me to help you learn how to write, only $97, guys. I'm showing you how to write a book quickly and effectively and efficiently so people want to read it. All right, only $97. That's less than $100, guys. Most people spend that on a pair of shoes or taking their family out to dinner. Okay, so if you want to write a book and then you want to publish it by yourself all together, okay, that's about $300. I'm giving you I'm giving you half off and then taking another $50 off. If you want the entire package, you want me to teach you how to write the book, okay, and teach you how to publish it and give you all the connects, all the names of the people you need, or all the contacts you need for the people who format it, who do the cover art. All that entire package is only $249, guys. $249 within 2 sessions, 2-hour sessions. So after 4 hours and only $249, you will know how to write a book. Even if you have never written before, you don't have anything written down, you just have an idea or a topic, a passion, a purpose you want to share. Okay, you can go from that to actually having a book totally written. in 6 weeks to 3 months for $97. That is amazing. You're not going to find anything like that. Most people will publish the book. They're not going to teach you how to write a book. Okay. They're not going to teach you how to write a book. And so how to do it so you can teach your children and your family how easy it is. And then you can publish it for yourself. I'm not going to be a publisher. I don't get any of the money. I'm not going to put my name on anything. You can publish it yourself. It will be online at Amazon. It will be online at all the online retailers. Okay. And then you will be able to order copies very inexpensively. Let's say the book costs you $5 to print. You can sell it for $20, make $15. All that is knowing the system, knowing the people to get in contact with. So that entire package, guys, this is unbelievably low. But I know that people want to do this right now, but I don't want to put them in a strain. Some people have money saved up. Some people are not affected by what's going on. Some people are willing to plant that seed because they know that if it's not enough to sustain you, it's probably a seed. If you know that, you're going through it anyway, $249 opening this door for you to produce something that's going to continue to make you money and continue to add legacy to your family that you can share with your family. And it's going to be a jewel. You'll show your daughter and your son how easy it is to write books, how to put your name on something and put it out in the world. Only $249 is unbelievable. But I believe in sowing seeds. I know that it's well worth it for the people who would do it. You will be more than satisfied with this. I know, because I'm going to teach you some things that when I learned them, it saved me so much stress, time, energy, and money. I wish I had learned them a long time ago, and that's why I'm sharing them with you. And guess what? Yes, I can do it for free, but hey, I do this for a living. I train people on success and achievement for a living also, okay? Even if I didn't do it for a living, okay? If you pay $0 for it, you're not going to take it seriously. I have programs. I do free stuff all the time, just like this one is free. All right. Tonight. And you have enough information to do some great things with it tonight. Okay. But if you want to make sure that you actually get it completed, you get that book done in 3 months or less. All right. You got to follow through and put some skin in the game. I had people who free workshops, people sign up for them, they don't show up. People to come, they get the information, they get the materials, they don't use it. Because when you have some skin in the game, you're going to make it happen. And $249 is not a lot of skin in the game for these two programs. I trust you. I've already discounted the price over half for each program. And then I took another $50 off. Okay, let's go back. Let me tell you, normally this program virtually is $397 for the writing program, $197 for the publishing program. It's flipped around. It should be $197 for the writing program and $397 for the publishing program. Okay. All together, they're $249, guys. You cannot beat that. You cannot beat it. And trust me, let me show you what. And guess what? That's not even all. All right. I have some bonuses for you. If you get it tonight at $249, if you get it tonight, and I'm going to give you I gave everybody a 24-hour period when I did my stock trading class. A 24-hour period, because some people will see this tomorrow or later on tonight, because I'm leaving it on Facebook for a couple of days. Okay. And so if you sign up, okay, within 24 hours from today, it is 10/22 on Monday, April 6th, I think. Okay. So you got until April 7th. Don't worry about the 10/22. I do 11:59 before it crosses into the next day. You're going to get the every money tea to keep your mindset to know that in order to be wealthy and create generational wealth, you got to have some streams of income that flow in every hour, every day, every week, every month, every year. Don't just worry about your earned income that you get from your job, even if you have 2 or 3 jobs. Okay. You need to have money that you make while you sleep. Once you get these books online, once you get these books and people are selling them for you, you produce it one time, but you keep getting paid for it every day. Okay. While it's online every week. All right. So you get a free every money tea that's valued at $25. And then you get entry into the a special publication that I'm getting ready to do. You're going to be able to write your book, and then you're going to be featured in another book that's really powerful and popular. That's really powerful. That's getting ready to come out. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more on the 9th when I do my. Every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, I do You've Been Through Too Much to Be Average. I do a live session on Facebook where I talk about something that's going to help you empower your mind and elevate your life. So I'm making a special announcement this Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, April 9th, 2020. I'm doing a special announcement. You will have access to get into that. And trust me, it's worth money. No, you're not going to be able to publish your book, so don't pass up this opportunity thinking that you're going to get to publish your book for free or write your book for free. That's not going to happen. But you will get a special bonus that will save you money, because it will cost money to this special opportunity. You will get the bonus t-shirt and that, plus this whole package. Get the book written and published where you own all the rights, and it's legit with the ISB and all that kind of stuff. You know how to do that. You're going to learn how to do that. All of it is a mentorship. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm going to show you how to do it so that you can show other people. Only $249, guys. Plus you get about another $100 worth of bonuses. All right. So listen, if you want to do it, if you want to make it happen. All right, listen, this right here says you have not because you ask not. That's another one of those quotes from that famous book that I love to read, right? Best-selling book of all times, my guidebook for life. It says you have not because you ask not. This pages program is a special edition. It's called the Now program, right? Now, no opportunity wasted. This is a stimulus program, just like stimulus checks and things are coming out to help people. I want to help you. I want you to use this opportunity to do something great, all right? I said it earlier on a post I did earlier tonight. I said, I'm a high energy person. I like to be high energy. The way I talk, what I do, I bounce around, I jump around. I'm very active. I travel, I go. Okay, I'm a high energy person. I'm usually pretty happy, upbeat, very silly. Okay, very optimistic. I'm usually very healthy. Okay, but in the sickest, most miserable times of my life, I could not control them. But the outcome, I was able to produce 2 beautiful, healthy, intelligent, strong children by way of God. So I want to know during this heart-wrenching time that you cannot control, what we're going through as a world, not just a nation, as a world, what you're going to come out of it with. What are you going to produce? This is an opportunity to do something great. That's why I created the Now program. No opportunity wasted. Use this opportunity to write your book, to publish your book, guys. After this is all over, have a piece of history that's going to live on forever in a positive way. Legacy for your children, not just money, but actually a product that you've given to the world. All right. So I want you to be a part of it. You have not because you ask not means there are ways. If you don't ask if there's a way, a payment plan you can get on, or a special way you can get into the program, you never know. So I want you to reach out to me if you want to do this. You know this is for you. You've been praying for this opportunity. You know you want to write a book. This is for you. But you say, hey, listen, I can't do it right now. I may have half the money, whatever. There are special programs that you can do that. It's possible, okay? It's possible. There are 2 sessions, so you may be able to break it down into 2. I can't do any more than that because you have to pay for a session before you can actually get in it. But you'll have a little time if you want to buy the whole package because that's the best deal. That's the best investment. So you have not because you ask not. Reach out to me and I'll see what I can do for you. You'll be surprised. I want to make it happen for you. So if you want to get in the program tonight, okay, the Now package. You want to get into the Now stimulus package. I'm going to help you write a book from scratch if you have not already started in less than 3 months. Publish it in less than 3 months, all for only $249. You also get to get into access to this very, very, very powerful publication that I'm going to be talking about on Thursday, April 4th, 2020. And you're going to get the Every Money t-shirt in either black, navy blue, or the dark gray. Okay. If you want to do it tonight, these are the links. I'm going to post these links in the comments right before I get out of here, okay? I'm gonna post these links in the comments as soon as I post this video, okay? So I'm gonna get out, post the video, the links, okay? One is for, if you just want the publishing package, okay? If you already wrote a book, but you just want to publish it, self-publish it, own all the rights, put it on Amazon, put it online. That's one. So the first link is going to be if you want to you just want to write a book, you don't want to publish it yet. The second one will be if you have a book, you want to publish it. The third one will be if you want the package. You want me to help you write the book and publish it in 6 weeks to 3 months. Okay, only $249, guys. If you want to cash out, that works as well. See, these are PayPal links. If you're not in PayPal, you don't know how to use it, you don't have a PayPal account, you can cash out me. You also can email me at bgi@victoriagatsby.com to find out. I also have a card reader. I can take credit cards over the phone. Okay, and also you can call me if you would rather tell me about your situation. Let's say you have the money for the package, the program, half of it right now. You want to go ahead and write the book, and then when it gets to publishing, you'll do it that way. I can see if I can work that out for you based on a couple questions I'm going to ask you. So listen, some people find a way to win, some people find a way to lose. You hear me say it all the time. If you follow me at all, there's no in between. If you want to make this happen, you can find a way to make it happen. If you don't, you can find excuses why you can't, why you should. But I promise you, I'm about saving you time, energy, and money. My clients are happy. I want to save you the stress, the headache, the money that I had to go through, going through 3 publishers, okay, and still not being satisfied. So you have not because you ask not. Make it happen, guys. Make it happen. If you actually want to try to get in the payment program and you get in there, All right. Trust me, you won't be eligible for the bonuses because I'll be working with you on the payment program. But you can make it happen, guys. We can make it happen, and I want you to make it happen. I did this for you. But you got to put some skin in the game. Everything can't be free, or you will not take it seriously. You will not produce books. You'll tell people you got in my program, and they'll say, well, where's the book? You won't have it. It's going to make me look bad. Not necessarily you, but it's just going to say that I don't keep my promises. I don't finish. But if you pay this $249, you're going to do the things that it takes to make it happen, which is not a lot. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then you also be able to show other people. All right. So sign up. I'm getting ready to put the links up. I want you to sign up. If you see this video later on, you still have a little time. So I want you to make it happen, guys. Make it happen. I'm going to make it happen with you. You want to create that legacy. You want to be a producer, not just a consumer. Even if you're reading books are great. But even if you're just reading them, you could be writing them. I'll say it like I said it earlier on a post. Okay, readers are leaders. That's true. But writers are world changers. We change the world. All right. We put stuff out there to help people that's going to last past our expiration date on this earth. Something that people can pick up and say, hey, this person inspired me. So I'm getting ready to put the links up in different comments. And I want you to take advantage of them and get in this program before it's too late, before 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night. All right? Make it happen, guys. You can inbox me on Facebook. You can call that number. I'll go back to this. You can call the number. You can inbox me on Facebook. You can call me if you have any questions. Okay? Any questions about the program, any questions about if you can get on a payment plan. Just these are the links. All right. You probably can't copy them on here like this, but I'm going to put the links up. You can cash out me. You can email me with questions or, another form of payment. You can call me. All right. So I love you all. Remember, you can learn your way out of every situation and on to any destination. And you've already been through too much to be average. Let's make what you've been through. Let's make it keep you out of the average. Write these books, get them out there. And once you all do it, you're going to find that you love it so much. It's so easy. Not only do you want to share it, but you're going to start, some of you are going to start cranking out books because you have a lot of ideas. All right. And so I love you all. Thank you for staying up, being on here with me tonight, helping you empower your mind and change your life. It's been wonderful. It's been awesome. All right. I'll see you all. Some of you all, I'll see you Friday in the program. And then others, I'll just see you when you come Thursday night first of all, I want to see everybody Thursday night. All right. And then Friday, I'll see some of you on the program. Some people who are winners are going to find a way to make it happen. Others are going to find a way to lose. And that's okay with me, as long as you just stay out of my path. All right. All right. So it's no hard feelings. You can use a lot of this information that I use tonight to do some good things. But if you actually want to make it happen, and get the book done and get it published on your own terms, legitimately, get into this program. And I'm looking right now for the links that I can put in for you. All right.